Hello everyone, welcome to Rockstar Gaming. My name is Eric. Today, in anticipation of the new release of Captain America Brave New World, I decided to play a Commander solo game of Marvel United featuring the Sam Wilson version of Captain America up against the Red Hulk. And you're probably thinking to yourselves, that is a terrible matchup. Why would you do that? And you are probably right. Truth to be told, this is my third attempt at doing this, not because I lost the other two attempts, but because there were some rules that I messed up that were actually detrimental that I realized later on to the game. So we are starting fresh right now. So there is that. So like I said, I've got Red Hulk over here ready to go. I got his dashboard out, threat cards all over, picked up my locations, got my deck made up as well as my support decks. Let's go ahead and take a look at what exactly we are doing in this game. First, let's go ahead and take a look at Red Hulk. Since we're playing Commander solo mode, we are going to be using 7 hit for a 2-player game on him over here. His special rules at the beginning of each turn, and actually before we get to the special rules, his special setup is he does have the Betty Ross token that is placed in the same location as the heroes, or hero in this case. So there is that. That's where it starts. So for special rules, at the beginning of each villain turn, move the Betty Ross token clockwise as many locations equal to the number of movement symbols at the bottom of the hero cards in the storyline between the previous villain card and the current one, meaning that when Red Hulk goes and then Red Hulk goes again, any movement tokens that are on the cards, that's how many spaces around the board that Betty Ross moves. Also, when a hero is KO'd, Red Hulk doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he increases the revenge track by 1, which the revenge track is right here, is currently set to 0. When he gets to 6, I lose the game. When he does BAM, I discard all civilians and thugs from Red Hulk's location, then deal 2 damage to each hero there. The Betty Ross token is there, deal only 1 damage listed. So I basically need to, like, if I can, follow her, or at least stick with her on the board, or if I can, try to plan my movements with where I think she's going to be based on my movement tokens and everything. You can completely predict where to go. And Falcon, or Captain America, Sam Wilson, has a few things in this deck that we have that allows me to hopefully keep up with her. Overflow for Red Hulk, if one or more thugs or civilian tokens can't be added to a location, increase the revenge track by 1 and move the Betty Ross token clockwise in that one location. So basically, if like London here overflows, Betty Ross would move over to 1 over clockwise. We got the revenge track right there. He's got 6 threats on the board. Each one of them is the exact same. If there are no heroes in this location, Red Hulk moves clockwise to the next location with any heroes, meaning that every time that he moves, until I can get some of these threats out of the way, he is going to hit me. This target symbol right here basically means as soon as he lands there, he's just going to do whatever it says on that card. So I've got to be able to take him out pretty quick. I've got Falcon over here, and I also do have Red Wing here as well, so I'm going to be using the Red Wing Companion. It is going to give me 3 extra cards in my deck, and with the amount of damage I may be taking, I'm basically trying to buff myself up. I've got Red Wing's cards in my deck per the Pet Companion rules. It says right here, during setup, which I've already done, choose 1 companion, shuffle their 3 companion cards into your hero deck. Place the companion piece at your hero's starting location, so I've got him right there. I am playing in Commander solo mode. I've tried looking things up as an aside before doing this to see if there were any rules against using companions with Commander solo mode. I didn't see anything on there. I would think it would be listed on this card or the instructions. Whatnot. I didn't see anything on there. If I am wrong, please let me know in the comments. And if I'm playing this completely wrong, at least enjoy the game for what it is, which is a thematic battle against Captain America and Red Hulk. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, because I do plan on doing more of these kind of movie tie-in rounds of Marvel United throughout the year as more of the Marvel movies come out. We do have Thunderbolts coming out, and we do have the new Fantastic Four coming out, so I'd like to get some games done kind of utilizing what we've seen in the trailers into these games here, kind of thematically going on with that. Regardless, over here I am going to be using equipment as well. which is Captain America's shield. Use on your turn, punch an adjacent location, or use on a villain turn. Ignore 1 damage to any hero in your location, then turn this face down. So this is basically the same shield that I've used 2 other games before, using Captain Carter in our 2 Marvel United Multiverse playthroughs. Also, you can see on the board that we are using basically all the Multiverse locations except for Washington, D.C., which is from the Civil War expansion. However, because of the fact that in the movie, Red Hulk Ross is going to be depicted as being the President of the United States, I thought it was fitting in that one. As far as our, I can't remember what these cards are, battle plan budget, I am going to be using a budget of 2 and taking 2 1-point cards. We've got Heroic Leaning. Each supporting hero card with any heroic actions at the bottom gives you 1 extra heroic action when you play it in the storyline, and then quick reactions. Each supporting hero card with no movement at the bottom gives you 1 movement action when you play it in the storyline. So we might get some extra movement in here, and hopefully I can utilize what is arguably a low amount of heroic actions in both of these decks in order to use that card with supports to try to turn the tide of that. As far as my supporting hero deck goes over here, I do have my 4 supports in there. So, spoiler alert for if you have not kept up with anything with the new movie, and I have actually attempted not to look up anything in the movie, but I kind of want to know, casting-wise, who was initially in the movie. We do have in my deck the Falcon version of Sam Wilson, because there's no Joaquin Torres in Marvel United as the Falcon, so I just used the original version of the Falcon for that character from season 1. There is a character in Marvel Comics named Sabra who's going to be in this movie as a Black Widow, and since we've already used the Natasha version of Black Widow a couple times in Marvel United 1 gameplays, I decided to use Alina's deck to have a Black Widow representative. So we are going to have the White Widow's cards in here as well. Because of the fact that in the previews they talk about adamantium a lot, I decided to use the Weapon X version of Wolverine. So basically right when he gets the adamantium bonded to his body. No idea whether or not he's showing up in the movie or not. Be a kind of a cool stealth reveal if it was, but who knows. And then last but not least, I chose Wong to be in my deck because that dude shows up in a lot of Marvel projects, it seems, randomly, in credit scenes and other things, so I just decided to put him in there because why not? So let's go ahead and get the game started. So let's go ahead and first reveal my 2 supporting character cards. Wong's going to need protective shields during the next villain turn. All heroes in your location may ignore the first damage they would take. Awesome. And then airstrike, move to any location and punch there. So that's what I got going on there. We're going to draw our 3 starting hand cards here, including my actual starting hand card. So we've got some interesting stuff there. So let's go ahead and get this game started by drawing Red Hulk's first card, which is going to be 4 and a bam right there. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, but because of looking for trouble, he's just going to move right to where I am, which kind of sucks. So he is going to do what? Moves there, then he's going to bam, so he's going to discard the civilian there, and then deal 2 damage to each hero there. Red Wing does not count as a hero for damage. It doesn't take damage or anything like that, so I'm going to take 2 damage, but since I'm in the spot with Betty Ross, I'm only going to take 1 damage from that, which... Oh, what card do I want to give up? Let's see. Since I don't need to utilize it now, I'm going to take Red Wing's card. I'm going to put it at the bottom that I had in my hand. So that brings me down to 2 cards. So there is that. We're also then going to put 2 thugs down in each adjacent location. So there's thug there, and then a thug there, and a thug there. So that's going to be the end of Ross's turn. I'm going to go ahead and do my 3 turns by drawing a card. Now, just so you know, going back to that whole point of this may not go in my favor, I do realize that even though I'm being thematic to how I perceive this movie coming out, which I'm hoping to see it on opening day, though I'm being thematic somewhat to the movie coming out, this isn't optimized necessarily to deal with all of the heroic actions I need. I have enough heroic actions, especially reusing the ones from previous cards and everything, to take out all the threats, but I may not have enough, we'll see, to take out all of the civilians in the zone. So I'm hoping that I can whittle down the thugs enough to where the locations won't bam from placing civilians. We'll see what I can do with that. First thing I am gonna do. So the first thing I'm gonna do is utilize this move and a punch. I'm not gonna move on this turn. I'm basically saving the movement for the next turn. I'm gonna use, and not punch, it's heroic action. I'm gonna use this heroic action to place that right there first. So that is gonna be the turn with that. And then during each turn, you may move your companion to a location adjacent to them for free. So I'm gonna go ahead and move Red Wing over there for anticipation of moving again. So I already know Betty Ross is going to move here. And then the next thing I'm going to do, instead of drawing a card, I'm actually going to utilize Wong right here, Protective Shield. So I'm going to have a shield on the next turn. So he's going to ignore the first damage that I would take from the villain, because I know I'm going to get hit anyway. There's no way Ross isn't not moving this turn, so he's going to move somewhere where it's going to hit me. So he has essentially, because of heroic leaning, a double heroic action. That's going to go ahead and take out this first threat card right here. So I'm going to end a turn. You may relocate one civilian from any location to any other location. Don't need to do that right now, but that is clearing that threat right there. Let's go ahead and see what Yelena is going to give us. Master Fighter, until the beginning of your next turn, you can redirect the first damage you would take during a villain turn to a thug in your location. That might come in handy in a little bit. So anyway, we did the double heroic right there from just this one card with the heroic leaning battle plan card. So we're going to go ahead and move one here. And I am going to, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and use another heroic action on here, and then, I think what I'm going to do is use Yelena's card right here. So she's going to give me a punch, and then also until the beginning of your next turn, which now I've got Red Hulk going next, you may redirect the first damage you would take during a villain turn to a thug instead. So that will get rid of the other thug in that location when I do eventually get hit. Actually, you know what? We're not going to use that because at the moment, I'm not going to take any damage because everything's basically blocking me, so I'm not going to take any damage, so I have nothing to redirect. So in that case, I'm going to draw a card here. It gives me another movement. I'm going to go ahead and... Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and burn another heroic action only card. I'm going to use both heroic actions on the board to take out this other threat. So there's that. And then you may swap any two of your face-up cards in the storyline. So I think I'm going to swap these two for no other reason than to give me a movement on the next turn to utilize. Since I've only used one movement, that means Betty Ross will move right here to me, which is perfectly fine. We got two threats down at the start of Red Hulk's next turn, so let's go ahead and get that all started. Beginning of turn, move Betty Ross. So she is moved there, hanging out still with me and Red Wing. Ross is going to go, and he's going to move clockwise to the next location with the hero with the most cards in hand. Hey, look, that's me. So he's just going to move one over here to me. So One detriment to my plan is that the other location or other mission I gotta take out is to defeat thugs, and he's about to take them all out. Alright, so we've already moved Betty, we've already moved him, he's gonna bam, so we're gonna discard all of this, and he's gonna just put down a bunch of civilians, which is gonna stink. So he did that. I'm gonna take a damage. I'm only taking 1 damage because Betty's in my at the TVA headquarters with me, but protective shields during the villain turn, all heroes near location may ignore the first damage they would take. Now, technically on the last turn, it says may take. I could have used the redirect. However, the first thing he does on his bam is he gets rid of all of the thugs and civilians, and then he does damage. That ordering is important for what that would have been. So I couldn't have used the damage mitigation because the thugs and civilians would have already been gone. So anyway, I don't take any damage. I'm gonna redirect that, or not redirect. I'm gonna block that. So I take no damage on this turn, which is perfectly fine. And then he's gonna put 2 civilians at the United Nations, and then 2 civilians over here in Kunlun. So these are, yeah, not helping me whatsoever. Alright, so I think that is it for his turn, if I'm playing that correctly. You tell me in the comments if I'm not. Let's go ahead and see what I can do. So, alright, let's do Airstrike from the Falcons cards, regular Falcons cards. Move to any location and punch there. So I'm going to move over here to London. I'm going to punch that thug. And then I've got 2 movements. So, let's see, and I don't have the extra speedy movement necessarily with Falcon's Wings yet because I haven't played that. Don't know when I'm going to play that. I should have possibly already played that, but I have not. Let's go with... let's go with 1... Let's go with 1. Just use 1 of the movements, and then I'll use the heroic here. So, is that what I want to do? Actually, no, that's not what I want to do yet. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to utilize Captain America's shield. Use on your turn, punch in adjacent location. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to punch here with that, then use the movement, then use the heroic action. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, that's going to be that turn. Let's go ahead and place that. Got another airstrike inbound. So, let's see here. And a movement over there. So let's go ahead and just draw this card and see what I got. I got my wild out. So, let's see. Let us see. Since I don't have any heroic actions, I'm going to go ahead. The thing is, I don't need to move. So we're going to go ahead and use the wild. We're going to not move, and we're going to use the wild to do another heroic right here. And then after that, we're going to use White Widow. Until the beginning of your next turn, you may redirect the first damage you would take during a villain turn to a thug in your location. So that'll get rid of the other 2 thugs, so I'm just going to use the punch right here to take out a thug. Then I'm going to use this wild to clear this threat. And that is my 3 turns there. And you may cover with a crisis token a symbol at the bottom of the latest hero card in the storyline to gain 1 wild token. Symbols covered with crisis token are ignored. So I have that option. But let's see. I don't think I'm going to need that punch this turn. So let's go ahead and do that. Since I don't have my crisis tokens immediately out, I'm going to use a doom symbol to have that readily available. So we may cover the crisis token, a symbol at the bottom of the latest hero card in the storyline. Did that to gain 1 wild token. All right, that'll help me out. So I got a wild token here. Got that going on for me. All right, so that is my turn. Next, we're going back to Ross. So I have 1 definitive movement on the board, so she's going there. I haven't moved Red Wing because I keep forgetting he exists, because this is honestly the first time I've played with the pets. So there is that. Let's go ahead and get Ross going. He's going to be 3 and a bam. 1, 2, 3. And he moves over here with me, which is fine. He's got Red Rage, accelerate the next villain turn by 1 card. I also don't, for some reason, have my accelerate tokens down there, so I have to remember to do that. You know what, we'll use a movement token to show that. Hopefully I'll remember that. Alright, so he is accelerated. So he moved 3, he moved over, he's going to bam, so his bam, and Betty already moved? Yeah, she moved 1, okay. His bam, discard all. Oh crap! That was useless then. Crap. So he discards that thug. Crap. And then does deal 2 damage to each hero there. Betty Ross token there. So until the beginning of your next turn, you can redirect the first damage you would take during a villain turn to a thug in your location. I don't have a thug in my location, so I can't. I'm reading that I can't redirect that. So I think I just took 2 damage on accident. Crap. I think I did. Oh well. So there's that. I'm going to take the knockout. Let me know if I played that wrong in the comments. I should have flipped that over also already. Wouldn't have mattered. If you are in the same location as a villain, reveal the top 2 cards. Okay, so that's the master plan reveal card. So the other thing he is going to do is throw down more civilians. So 1, 2 there, and 1 here. The United Nations overflow, so the rage track goes up by 1. Since I'm also knocked out, I go up by another 1, so I'm at 2. On the threat revenge track there, so that's kind of sucky. So let us go ahead and draw back up to 3 cards. We get a Red Wing card finally, and I lost my I lost my starting hand card. That's kind of sucks, but that's fine. Again, I didn't say I play this game very well. Let's see here, a lot of green in my hand right now. Let's see here. Let's... Alright. At the beginning of a turn... So I don't even have the punch, which is fine. I don't need that punch over there. So at the beginning of my turn now, I'm going to play a move and a heroic. I get nothing from Yelena, which I wouldn't have used anything from her anyway. So we're going to move 1 over there. At the beginning of the turn, we're also going to move Red Wing 1 as a free move. So we've got that going for me. And then, let's see. I'm going to... now heroic in my spot here. That one. Then the next turn I'm going to use White Widow's other power here. Master Spy. If you are in the same location as a villain, reveal the top 2 cards in the Master Plan deck. You may put 1 at the same, or you may put 1 at the bottom or remove it from the game. So what we're going to do is, with my other heroic action here, we're going to put something down here. And then I get a movement. I'm going to use Master Spy to look at the top 2 cards of the villain deck. And I got 3 in a BAM and move counterclockwise to the next location with a hero. So the 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm still going to get hit no matter what. But this one gives me, thugs to put on the board, so I can start working on that. So we're going to take, and I don't want to do Red Rage. So I'm going to, you may put 1 at the bottom or remove it from the game. I'm going to go ahead and put it at the bottom because the Red Rage isn't going to matter at the bottom of the deck because it can't be accelerated. So we're going to put this one at the top of the deck. I'm going to put it like that way because it's revealed. That was 1 movement to move down there. I'm actually knowing that he's going to move there to me and put thugs down. Instead of making these overflow, I'm going to move here so it puts the thugs here. So the other movement, I'm just going to move back. Right there. So I believe that is my turn. I also realize that in the midst of all of that, I never, for this card, drew a card, so I'm not 1 health down. I'm going to go ahead and grab my other card. So there's that. So since I moved over there now, we're going to go ahead, also draw this card, Wong's Teleportation, move to any location. You can bring other heroes in your location with you, so that's going to give me another double heroic there, partnered with heroic leaning, so that is good there. So I'll definitely make use of that here soon, but I have to get punched in the face by Ross. I'm technically actually going to get double punched in the face, I think. No, so the beginning of each turn, move for clockwise. So the beginning of the turn, I'm going to move 2. 1, 2. That was planned beautifully. And the reason why he's going now is because he is accelerated. So let's go ahead and get Ross down. Alright, so he's going to move counterclockwise to me. So he's there. He's now going to BAM, so he's going to get rid of all these civilians here, which is good. There's that, and then BAM, he's going to do 2 damage to me, but Betty's there, so I'm only going to take 1 damage. So the card I need the least right now is... I think it's going to be the telepathic link again. There's that. So that's the 1 damage I take there. And then we're going to do the thugs here. So there's that thug, there's that thug, there's that thug, there's that thug. So I basically am going to make him under pressure here if I put 1 more doohickey there, so I kind of actually need to start fighting. So let's go ahead and draw a card. That is perfect right there. So we're going to move. Let's see here. We're going to do move and a punch. Actually, we're not. Yeah, we're going to do the move and a punch. We're going to fly over here with the movement. We're going to punch that thug there. That's all I can do on that turn. I could move 1 more. Actually, no, I am going to move 1. No, sure. You know, I'm going to stay where I'm at, and I'm going to use another Doom token to cover up this movement, because I will not need it, to get myself another of these. So, we're going to then use Falcon to move to any location, which is going to be this location. We're going to punch there, punch 1, and then use the punch from this card, punch 2. There's that. Wolverine is going to have a lot of punching, which is going to be good for when we do fight Buddy Boy there, but I don't have anything else to do, and actually this is what we'll do. We're going to use Expert Shield Fighter. Gain 1 punch token or recharge your Captain America shield equipment at the end of your turn. So we're going to actually, no, I don't want to do that. So we're going to do Inspiring Leadership, and I'm going to gain a punch token and a heroic token from the pool, and then I'm going to double move 1, 2. This is when I wish my starting hand card was out, so we're going to use this other punch token here to take out this thug. So I just need 2 more thugs on the board, and then we'll be good. And then, you know what, we're going to do the Cover Crisis token symbol again. I'm going to do that one, and then give myself another one of these. And I think I can have 4. I don't think it's 3. And actually, I just read it is 3. So what we're going to do is get rid of this one. And why do I feel like I once again did not draw a card? I'm going to draw a card just because I took 1 hit from here. I had 3 here. Took 1 hit, I was down to 2, so I should be at 2. So I'm going to taking this card from Red Wing Scouting. If Red Wing is in the villain's location, reveal the top card of the Master Plan deck. So got that, and so I've got 3 wilds there. So I think I'm in a good spot. I just need 2 more thugs on the board so I can start wailing on Red Hulk here. So let's go ahead and do Red Hulk's turn, see what he's got. He's going to throw some thugs on the board. That's good. He is going to gain 1 on the revenge track, though. So move counterclockwise. And actually, hold on. Before I do that, she's got 1 movement here. So we're going to move there. So that's going to be good. Move counterclockwise to the location with the hero with most cards. So back over here to me again. Keeps on finding me. He is going to discard all the tokens there. There's nothing there. He is then going to punch me for 1 because Betty's there. We're going to put 2. Oh, I got to take 1 damage. So the damage I'm going to take is the Red Wing card again. This might end up being a little bit perfect. So he's going to put 2 thugs here. I can't put thugs here, so it's going to go up 1 more on the track. And yeah, that's going to be the end of Red Hulk's turn. So I've got 2 thugs on the board in the same spot as I've got 1 more of these here to go. Let's go ahead and move all this up a little bit since these cards aren't necessary anymore to the plot. And move this over here, this a little ways over here. So, alright, so my beginning of my turn, draw a card. Let's go here. Now we're going to use Expert Shield Fighter. Gain 1 punch token, which I don't know if I'll need, or recharge your Captain America shield equipment at the end of the turn. So what we're going to do with this, since I don't have any other symbols to use, we're going to go here. I'm going to use all 3 of my wilds to take out 1, 2 thugs. Where'd it go? There you go. Right here. And to take care of this. So those are both completed. So move this over here. Move this over here. So, oh, over here. So villain act after every second hero card, and villain is now vulnerable to damage. So he's now vulnerable to damage. There is one other hero in this location. You may gain one. So London doesn't actually even help me. I probably should have gotten rid of that one. Alright, so there is that. So I do have a movement. I am going to go ahead and flip over the Captain America shield at the end of my turn. So I've got that utilized again. I'm going to throw down Adamantium Claws since we're at that point now. No, wait. Yeah. Yeah, because I only have one card here. We got that down Adamantium Claws. So what we're going to do now is first use Cap Shield to punch in an adjacent location. Flip the card over. So we've done that one. We're going to do the movement here. 2. We're going to use all 3 of these hit symbols. So 1, 2, 3. So Ross is down to 3. And then I would use this, but I'm going to utilize that punch. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cover it. Cover the crisis token symbol at the bottom of the latest hero card and storyline to gain a wild token, just in case I need the wild for some reason. Since he's under pressure, he's going to go. And he is going to go 1, 2, 3, and then end up right back with me. So this is going to be cutting it close. He is going to, and actually Betty moved over here, so I would have taken 2 hits or 3 hits or whatever you want to say all at one time. So I'm going to get hit. So I'm going to get knocked out. And there was still no civilians or anything there. So there was that. So I get knocked out, so this track goes up 1 to 4. And then I'm going to overflow civilians. I'm going to put 2 civilians here. And then this overflows again, so that brings it up to 5. And that gets turned over there. It should have been already. And then that's the end of Ross's turn. Although he's got absorbing energy. Each hero and Roadhulks or both adjacent locations must discard 1 card with special effects from their hand. If possible, Red Hulk gains health equal to the number of cards discarded this way. So the card I had was Focus Strike, so he gains 1 health. I gotta remember that. So the BAM never happened, I'm realizing. I'm just auto-bamming, but because he made me discard the card, the absorbing energy would have knocked me out anyway because I had to discard that card. So regardless, I was taken out, or I was knocked out. The track would have gone up 1. There was no things there for him to discard. So everything I was saying is moot, but the effect was still the same, if that makes any sense. He still puts the 2 civilians there and there. This one overflowed, so it gives me up to 5. I think I fixed that, which there was nothing to fix. It just happened. So we are good. So, and he's in the spot with me. So basically, I'm going to draw 3 more cards, including back to my starting hand card. And I think we've got this game in the bag. We're going to use Wolverine again. Weapon X, I'm sorry, as I pop myself back up. And I'm going to use a wild token with it to do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the game. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting. Didn't get to necessarily utilize my pet cards at all because I basically just use those as cannon fodder. Looking at my deck, I would have been not drawing new cards at some point in the game, which would have sucked. But yeah, I didn't really think this team was optimized. I didn't use Yelena's cards to any kind of detriment. or yeah, to any kind of usefulness necessarily. That Master Spy actually was probably the best card. Master Fighter didn't go over very well at all. Wong's cards helped somewhat, but I was able to, I believe, get all those heroics and everything down pretty well with some tokens and some other stuff like that. The wilds utilizing all that stuff. So I think we did pretty well with that. So, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If there was anything I missed or if I did misplace some stuff, please let me know down in the comments. I'll know when I edit this, but just because kind of looking at the cards and everything, I'm like, okay, where did all this stuff happen and everything like that. So regardless, pretty good game of that. I was actually pretty impressed. I was able to take down Red Hulk because, like I said, I felt like there was a lot going against me with the way that I created this team. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you also think about potentially doing more of these like movie tie-in ones, or even like comic book story tie-ins outside of the campaign decks. I do plan on doing those at some point, but I am, like I said, excited about doing some of these more movie or comic book tie-in games. So let me know what you guys think about those down below in the comments. Make sure to hit the notification bell to know when the next gameplay of Marvel United is going to be out on the channel. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel to help us continue to grow in this 2025. With all that said, I have been Eric. This has been Marvel United Commander Solo Mode, Captain America versus Red Hulk. We will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.